Hello and welcome to the channel Tech and More. In this video, let's talk about non-functional testing and its types. So let's start. First of all, let's go to the definition, which is what is non-functional testing. So non-functional testing is performed to check the non-functional aspects such as performance, usability, reliability, etc. of a software application. Now, you might have this question in your mind that this is what sort of a weird definition is this, that non-functional testing is supposed to check the non-functional aspects, which is true. To simplify things, I'll take you to a demo website, as you can see on the screen right now. So when you validate that, if I click on login, am I able to put in the username, am I able to put in the password, am I able to log in, and likewise for other pages as well. So this is termed as functional testing. Now, talking about non-functional, it correlates to every aspect of testing which is not functional. For example, what happens if, let's suppose, I am using this website on a 3G network or a 4G network instead of 5G or instead of broadband, right? Number two, what happens if you know let's suppose on some fine day, randomly, I'll give you an example of Amazon here to correlate it better. What if one day on Amazon people try to log in thousands? For example, Amazon is set to take the capacity of so and so people, that let's suppose 1000 people, and instead of that, some random day somebody or some people try to log in which are 1500 in number, or 2000 people try to log in at the same time. What happens to the website? We have to test that and make sure that the system does not break at that point, right? So that is an example of a non-functional aspect which we test. So let's jump onto the examples first. So the first example is performance testing. See on the screen for the definition, it says to check whether the system meets the performance requirements. In detail, it is used to determine the speed, the responsiveness, the stability of a computer, network, software, program, or a device under a workload. Now, this definition in itself can be a bit overwhelming. I'll simplify. So, when we talk about performance testing, or when we talk about testing in general, it does not only correlate with the website, it correlates with a lot of different aspects that can be computers in general, networks, softwares, or hardwares. So, for example, your device on which you're seeing this particular video right now has to be tested. The motherboard in it has to be tested. The software has to be tested. And likewise, as if you have seen the videos that I have created till now, there is one video that talks about. Rather, I'll tell you the video, which is the first one, which says what is software testing. So, testing in general is useful for all the different sort of products, not only for software, not only for hardware. It is useful for network as well, right? So coming back to the point, performance testing is that when you test the system under different aspects. For example, how does the system work, or how does this particular website work on a laptop? How is it working on a mobile? How is it working on a tablet, right? And how, when I say how I mean what is the speed, what is the responsiveness, what is the stability when used on these different aspects, when used with these different aspects, right? So that is all what performance testing is. That is, you validate a system on different aspects, for example, on speed, responsiveness, stability, etc., to make sure that how that particular system is working with different aspects. That is what performance testing is. Now, let's jump on to the next pointer, which is load testing. So, load testing, as the word suggests, it's basically a sort of testing that is done to make sure that how does a system behave when it is not under the expected load. For example, I'll give you a more better example to understand it. So let's suppose I'll again talk about the Amazon example. Let's suppose, or rather, let's skip Amazon as well. If you have been, if you have given some exams or something, you know that the results nowadays appear online, right? So if you know that, you must have gone through a situation wherein when you're checking your 10th exam results or 12th exam results, or college results, or, or anything, or competitive exam results, when the results are declared, the system sometimes crashes, right? That is wherein the load testing should have been performed. Because let's suppose on a fine day, on a normal day, on a regular day, there were I mean, the system could undertake 500 or 1000 users logging in at the same time, right? But when the results were declared, all of a sudden everybody had this anxiety to go and check the result, right? So out of nowhere, 5,000 or 5 lakh people altogether are accessing the same website trying to have a look at the result. As a result of which, the system is not capable of taking up that thing, so it breaks. It is similar to an example wherein, let's suppose, you you eat, right? So let's suppose your diet allows you to have, uh, I would say, let's suppose you're eating some vegetable or something, so you can eat 5, 10, 15 vegetables. That is what your expected diet is. I mean, after 15 vegetables you feel bloated, right? Or after 15 pastries you feel bloated. But I mean, which is of course a very huge number, but yes, again. But if you still go beyond that and you eat 20 pastries, of course your stomach aches, you will have stomach problems, your digestive system breaks down. So that is wherein we need to understand that what capacity is it. And since it's not a human body, it's a software, so we can increase the capacity, but we have to validate where it breaks and how to solve that. That is what load testing is all about. Now, going on to compatibility testing, let's have a look at the definition. It says to carry out compatibility testing is to check the compatibility of the application with various softwares and hardwares. Again, example, this sort of testing, compatibility testing, is done to make sure that this particular website, that is demoblaze.com, how is it working in Chrome, opposed to how is it working in Mozilla Firefox, opposed to how is it working in Safari, opposed to how is it working in on tablets or on mobile phones, and likewise, right? So you have to verify that whether this particular software is compatible in different environments or not. That is what compatibility testing is all about. Cool. Now, the last one, which is scalability testing, as the name suggests, you have to make sure, or you have to verify that what is the amount of scalability that can happen in this particular system, right? So for example, scalability test will help you check the ability of an application to increase and scale up on any of its non functionality requirements, such as load, number of transactions. So again, in short terms, you understand that the scalability is that to check whether the system is scalable or can be, I mean, the load can be increased if in future or not, right? So you have a website as of now, and you want to you're not increasing the capacity for the time being, but you want to be sure that if required in the future, I have that revenue, I want to buy more hosting and I want to go for more things, right? So you want to make sure, you want to understand that will I be able to scale up this particular software? For example, the CMS like WordPress and everything, they're not that much scalable. But when you write your own code, that is scalable. So that you have to, when you verify that you'll be whether you will be able to scale this particular system in future or not, that is what scalability testing is all about. So I hope that these these different types and what non-functional testing is quite clear to you, and I hope that you are able to answer these questions well from now. But of course, if you have any suggestions for us, please let us know, and we'll get back to you with any questions within 24 hours. Needless to say that. Again, thank you for watching, and go ahead and explore our channel. There are a lot of different videos regarding testing, Salesforce, and so on. So yeah, and I hope to see you in other videos as well. Thank you.